Hi, this is Kim Sutton coming to you from my classroom in Arcata, California. If it's Tuesday, it's time for a game to match our book for the week. So hopefully by now you have watched on my YouTube channel, Creative Mathematics. You've watched the video of me reading the book Shmequal. And when this book came out, I was pretty excited because I had been looking for a book that talked about the equal sign, showing us that the equal sign always means balance. And that can be balance in numbers, it can be balance in weight. So there's lots of options, and we'll explore some of these options as the weeks go on. But after I read the book, there is always a set of activities that you can do from the concept in the book. So you are watching a level 1 activity. The data sheets for this are posted on my website, creativemathematics.com, in the freebies section. And I'll refer to that again at the end of our little video. So by now you're ready to play a game. When you download these data sheets, there's basically two forms for the game, and you will see in the bottom left-hand corner level 1, and this matches the book Shmequal. So this game is called the equation game. There's a data sheet that's very close to that in the same freebie. So when you download the PDF, you really will be getting both these copies. I also like this game because you don't have to plan the data sheet. So I could be playing this with a partner and I could draw these boxes. So in this game, basically when it's your turn, you're going to roll 2 dice. And again, if you don't have dice at home, on my YouTube channel, you'll see some alternatives to dice. And you can basically play with a spinner. You can draw some numbers 1 through 6 out of the board. If you have other dice, you can play with any dice on this game. That's why I didn't identify the dice. You can also use playing cards because basically what you're doing is generating 2 numbers. So this game is played with 5 rolls, but technically you're going to have the ability to roll 6 times. One of your rolls is a cast out roll. Also, I put space on the sides of the data sheet because if you need to make tally marks or make marks so that you can count how many, you can do that. It's a really simple game. You're trying to come up after 5 rolls with the highest score. One of the equations could be an equation that you actually don't use. So let's play the game. I'm going to roll. Now I can do this by myself or I can do this with a partner. And I rolled a 3 and a 2. Now that's kind of risky because that might be one I want to cast out, but I think I'll wait a little while because maybe there will be something else that I roll that I want to cast out. If I know 2 plus 3 is 5, I would write 5 here, but maybe I need to make some marks to see how many that is. So there's my 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that equation is worth 5. Also, if I happen to have some chips, I could use chips for determining how many I have. But here's the thing, if you don't have chips at home, you can use goldfish crackers, you can use anything. I always used to use buttons from my grandmother's button box, and I would use those as counters. So there's lots of options. So on my next roll, I roll a 1 and a 6. And I think I will use that equation. Again, I could count out my 1, and my 6. And then I could count those as 7 if I didn't know that was 7. 6 plus 2, I'm definitely using that one. 6, 7, 8. 4 and 4, I'm definitely using that one. Oh, that one I don't want to use. So I'm going to put my cast out over here. So I'm casting out those two numbers. Anybody have an idea why I'm not using those two numbers? Oh, that's right. They're too low. I want to win this game. Ooh, a 5 and a 2. That makes 7. Now, to determine my score for that game, I have to add these 5 numbers up. I don't get to include this equation. So I'm a lazy mathematician. I see 12 plus 8 gives me 20. Wow, this is going to be a high score. Plus 15 more gives me 35. Another way to add that is I see 15 and 15. That gives me 30 plus 5 more. Now, I could have counted out my chips. That's an option to determine your score. Simple game. It can be played with playing cards. So if you don't have dice, but you do have a deck of cards, the fun thing about cards is I could make greater add-ins just by using the 10, the 11, the 12, and the 13. So I could actually make greater add-ins using a deck of cards, make the game a little more challenging. Here's the nice thing about this game. You don't need this piece of paper. So if I'm playing with my dog Clarence, I could actually draw these and we could actually play it without that data sheet. So here's the fun thing about the equation game. What I learned in that story is this sign means balance. And because we're dealing with numbers, the amount on the right has to be equal to the amount on the left, or the amount on the left has to be equal to the amount on the right. That's the simplest form of this game. Level 2 will take it a next step further. I just want to remind you that those data sheets are posted on my website in the freebie section. You can email me. You can look on Facebook. You can look on Twitter, and you can watch our YouTube channel. I will see you with the level 2 version of this same game. Thanks for playing.